All right, start stacking your questions. All right, let's get it going. Where we want to start? Might as well start with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, is that the vote? We'll do whatever y'all want. We'll be on for at least an hour, so I'm gonna do at least an hour. Let's see what we got. We got Bitcoin. What do we want to look for Bitcoin? Well, we need a break above 60K. If you want to go look this on the weekly chart, that's pretty much the clear level on the weekly chart. So after Bitcoin clears 60K, we're pretty much go for takeoff. That was clear resistance back in these levels. Now our all-time high is a little bit higher, but 60K, the highest closing candle right here on a weekly chart, 59,985, $14 shy, less than $15. So we clear that on a weekly scale, we're good to go. That's Bitcoin in a nutshell. If you want a little more tips and tricks, you can use your 8-week simple moving average on a weekly chart for Bitcoin, going back the last run up, right? If we were in this kind of, I basically have said on my channel before, I think we're either in a move kind of similar to right in here or right in here, and we either have, you know, several more weeks of consolidation for Bitcoin before our bigger moves up, or we're getting ready in the not so distant future, maybe the next week or two. So you know, you could be the judge wherever you think we are, but either way, I think we're looking pretty much bullish. And here's your 8-week simple moving average. This held very nice the previous move up, so right now I would count on that to maybe be your precursor instead of you know, your warning sign, so to speak, instead of using your always, you know, relying on the Bitcoin support band or your 21-week EMA, which is this line, which is usually lower. See how much lower it is? So this could be your early warning sign, and you can be a little bit ahead of the rest of the peeps. You see our first warning sign was when we closed right here, April 19th. That was our only candle, and then not too much later, catastrophe. Yeah, hit the like button. I forget to ask for that. Thanks, Juice. So if you guys got any questions, ask them again if I forget or if I don't come back. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. I like to answer everybody's questions, but I can only get to so many. But all right, what do we got? Link, we can go look at Link. What's there to look at? He's not doing anything. Link is just in. Look at him. Look, he's stuck in the damn. He's stuck in the bubble. Link is stuck between all of these. So on a weekly scale, we obviously have to get back above. Now he's fallen down right in the race. He should be keeping up with Polkadot, as I've said. Like, I thought Link and Dot would do quite similar moves. Link is tending to fall down. Dot is clearly winning this race for the short term for sure. The Dot has had an explosive move today, even up almost 20%. There's a lot of news coming out of that, so people anticipating the news. So, but Link, I mean, we can't look towards the future without holding one above the bull market support, which is just get your 21 week EMA right here. Until we can hold that as support for a long period of time, which we haven't been able to do, right? We got above it here. There's 1 week, 2 weeks, but still a red candle. 3 weeks. We tried to do it, and now we're still just lagging around. But I mean, Link kind of he kind of waits until the rest of the market's more calm. I do think his time will come, but obviously we could be waiting longer than we think. Case in point, these moves. A lot of the market is certainly pulling back in higher ROIs than Link right now. After that, I mean, we could look at the Gaussian channel, which, you know, as I say, put on the 5-day, and let's remove the other one so it looks a little bit less busy. So we gotta get back above our median line right here, because anything below here is pretty bearish on a 5-day. If you're below the Gaussian on the median line, we're kind of bearish territory. Look at these candles. If we close under here again, which we just closed yesterday, kind of right under it, didn't we? Right on it. If you know, you could argue both ways, but for Link, if we close another candle in here, the odds are it's going to remain either sideways or more bearish than bullish. So we have to get above this. It's not a whole lot we're asking here, just right above $25 for Link, and we'll be okay. We need to make a bigger move like DOT. All we need is maybe some, good news like DOT's having right now. So we need to get Link back towards the other side, and then not only hold the median line, we need to hold above the top line, which is about $35, which we've also talked about. Until those occur, you're holding you're above these lines, 25, 35, and then also just keep in mind of watching that 21-week EMA, which we could put it on the weekly, and we have to get above that yellow line. So that's first and foremost. Until then, we're in just off the charts alone. It's not great, right? It's hard to argue bullish anything for any coin if you're under the 21-week EMA. What else we got? Yeah, Link Bitcoin's looking it's looking like good entry, and so is Link Ethereum looking like good entry. But I mean, Link Ethereum has lost its 60-day plus support level, right? We just closed below it on the weekly. That is certainly not good news. But yeah, the lower we go, we could put this on a 5-day channel as well, the Gaussian. And yeah, historically, any coin that's this far below a 5-day Gaussian channel is, you're going to at some point, right? It seems like you keep saying it, but at some point we've got to flip around. Link is certainly a project that has so many things going for it, and I think it'll have its time, but there'll probably be higher performing ROI coins, maybe before Link. So yeah, we're way down. Someone pointed this out on Twitter yesterday, how far Link is down. It's 85% down against Ethereum since the top. But guess what? So was Bitcoin, was down 85% in its early stages, about 3 years, about the same time frame. And so was Ethereum against Bitcoin, and Ethereum against the US dollar went down about 85, 90%. So it's not like it's unheard of, right? So Ethereum did this, Bitcoin did this, Link is now doing this against Ethereum. So they look very similar charts. So don't lose the faith. Link will have its time. It's just, if you're looking to have your heavier portfolio in Link, your ROI might not be the best performing for the foreseeable future until we turn this around, until we start looking. A good key, right, to look when Link will start making bigger moves is when Link starts making moves against Ethereum. And to do that, well, first of all, we got to get back above this line, because it's likely the first test back up here will act as resistance. And this is our 21-week. Until Link gets it back above here with Ethereum, it's probably going to be tough for it to take much of a move against Bitcoin or even the US dollar. So we gotta move back the other way. So watch that on the weekly chart, Link Ethereum. All right, we can do some more coins now. We have not looked at Harmony yet. We can go look at one. One is done quite well. I got it up here somewhere. There we go. All right, there's one on the 5-day. So let me remove some of these drawings here. All right, so here's the 5-day Gaussian channel for one. This is what your coin should look like. You got to be away from the Gaussian channel to be bullish. And are we bullish? Well, yes. Look at this. We're above. Let's look at the weekly even. So we're above. There's our 21-week EMA. So we're above that, holding out of support when we wick down here. And nice bullish candle right here, long wick. So are we cleared our all-time highs? Now we're back testing this kind of previous all-time high candle right here. So this is textbook what you should be doing. This is how you keep leveling up. 2 steps up, 1 step back. You can keep doing that for a long time if your coin is doing that. You don't want to necessarily see these kind of moves, because then what happens? You have a prolonged downtrend, right? These you can keep going for a long time. So think of this as your sprint, right? You're sprinting, you're going to need a little bit more of a breath, versus just walking up the stairs. You could continue that for much longer. So looking still very good on the weekly chart for one. Let's take it off the Gaussian since that's not helping us much. Maybe that looks better for you. But nice pattern here. We break out of the lid line, and now we're back testing that lid line. And I would not be surprised if, next week we go up again. I can do more of a long-term predictions for some coins. I don't really have a long-term prediction for one just yet. I could look into that, but I don't really focus on all that stuff. I know that's what sells and clicks, and everyone loves the 47,000% interest over the next month that you're going to become millionaires. But I'd rather focus on reality in the next, help make people not lose so much money. Chase the ace. I like it. VeChain. I can do VeChain. We just covered Link. If you want to rewind just like a few minutes, I did Link and Link Ethereum. All right, let's do VeChain. Well, here's VeChain Bitcoin. Let's see how that looks. I don't know where my VeChain went for USD, but we'll find it in a minute. All right, so look at this. Nice. Structurally, this is okay so far, right? VeChain against Bitcoin. Look at this previous breakout zone, then rejection after our previous local top here, and then we finally broke through it. Look at this: 1 wick, 2 wick, 3 wick. Nice support. However, if you want to learn anything on any coins, this is strong support. However, yes, you could still break it. Case in point, Link Ethereum held it for over 60 days and then broke it. So as long as we hold this area and start moving back up, you want to see us break back above this 21 week against Bitcoin, and then we can get much more bullish. Now, this could be a potential, it's not going to confirm anything yet, but I mean, I would love to see, something like this out of VeChain, which could very well happen. And then once you break that, do exactly what one is doing, break out, back test again, and then more blast off zone. So this could very well happen. However, is that likely? I don't know. Bitcoin's probably going to be a little bit more dominant over the next, the rest of the Q4, in my opinion. I think Bitcoin dominance will continue to rise. I think maybe more likely is, kind of do some kind of consolidation, and then maybe, towards a Q1, then we can break out. So that would be probably more likely than just a bounce up. But VeChain has made some, pretty explosive moves in the past. Case in point, right there. So maybe this is to come a little bit later. But for any coin to make explosive move like that against Bitcoin in Q4 would be not odds on, but maybe Q1 after Bitcoin calms down. I would say Bitcoin has to do its initial move first before altcoins can really have a chance to get some breathing room. I don't think Bitcoin's really even started yet. Bitcoin dominance, go look at that. It's at 45, so I do expect that to continue to creep up. Once Bitcoin dominance is over 50, I think you're going to see the real big moves out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin will start flexing a little bit. So you might want to consider having a little bit of Bitcoin if you don't already. Obviously not financial advice. You can do what you want. But personally, I'm transitioning a majority of my alts over to Bitcoin in anticipation of the bigger moves out of Bitcoin. Let's find VeChain versus the US dollar. Somehow it maybe got deleted. All right, I can add it back real quick. Bear with me. That should work. All right, so VeChain I think will do quite well. I mean, basically since the pandemic drop, I mean, it's one of the top performing coins, period, in all of crypto. VeChain, VeChain and ADA Cardano were the top two. ROI, that's a 19,000% bottom to top, and just over a year, 19,000%. That's not that's real. So yeah, VeChain, highly great performer. If you would have bought anywhere back in pandemic days, a fraction of a penny. And I do expect this to continue up. And for VeChain, I would expect a solid 5 to 10x. I wouldn't be surprised at a 10x really at all. I would almost anticipate a 10x out of VeChain over the next 6 to 12 months. And I do think the bull market, FYI, I do think the bull market will not end in December or even January. I think we're going to be looking at least another 6 to 12 months from now. So, newsflash for those that are wondering. Hey, we got 186 playbacks. That's pretty cool. 51 people on here right now. Might be a record for this fast. What else we got? Waiting for Shiba Inu to go up 32,000%. That's what it would take, by the way. If you didn't see on my Twitter, if you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. I posted a thing about Shiba Inu because there's so many just clickbait videos on YouTube. I know I have Shiba on here. I'm just watching it for the memes. Let's see where we're at. So there's our Shiba Inu. To get to just 1 penny, which everyone magically thinks is going to happen by, the next 14 days. 1 penny Shiba Inu would be a $3 trillion market cap, which is 3 times what Bitcoin is. Wake up. $3 trillion market cap for a meme coin. Good luck with that one. And also 32,000%. So if you're wondering where 1 penny is, we got to cover this real quick, just because I don't want to see anybody lose money. Now you can obviously get in this and make some cash, or maybe do a 2x or something, right? Okay, I wouldn't argue that. So you could still make money out of meme coins, but here's a penny up here. There's the price action so far. To put that in perspective, it's 32,000% up to here, and $3 trillion. Let that sink in here for people. That's more than all of crypto combined right now. The total crypto market cap is just over 2 trillion, right? We're at, let's see, total crypto, 2.3 trillion. So Shiba Inu alone is going to 3 trillion, right? Oh, sorry if I burst your bubble, but let's reality check, folks. Math. All right, what else we got? Sushi, I can look at sushi. We haven't looked at sushi in a while. I think it's on here. Instead of looking around for it. If you want to see your coin covered against Bitcoin, or, I'll most likely just pick US dollar unless you request it against, Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever. So, all right. So sushi on the weekly chart, we're got a little bit of a downtrend. So I would watch for a bottom level around, $7 area. And if we come down there, if not, if we continue to close under this 21 week, this is probably likely. Okay. If we can somehow flip back up here and start holding that as support, then we can start turning around, and we want to take out this high. So if we take that out, which is where that closed at just over 14. So those are the 2 areas I'd be looking for. I would be looking to break that as resistance, or to hold that as support. In the meantime, we're more than likely, guys, altcoins are just going to be range bound until Bitcoin can kind of settle down. So we could do something, like that. Here's 2022 right here. So the odds are most of crypto will basically be range bound between certain levels, whatever their range mode is. Like ADA is doing that perfectly well right now. There's a couple other coins, but range mode, reaccumulation mode, if you will, and then as after Bitcoin makes its move to 80, 100, 100K plus, and people start taking profits, they'll take those profits into altcoins, and they'll start usually with the bigger altcoins, just as a general trend. You start with the bigger caps, and then that money flows out of those. As those start cooling down, goes into the smaller market caps. It's just how the cycles work. So if you're familiar with that, then you already know. If you have questions, let me know. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into doing live streams every Wednesday. So last Wednesday I did earlier, early morning. Now I'm doing a little bit afternoon. So let me know if you'd like this time better, or earlier, or even maybe a little bit later for next week. We can try, but this time seems to work out pretty well for me. Yeah, Dot's doing well. Let me look at Matic. Matic is another one of my coins in my top 10, and it's moving up higher than that. I think Matic will do very well. Where the hell is it? I should keep these back to alphabetical order. I just rearranged it. Normally I can find it pretty quick, but nope. I know it's there. If you guys, there it is. Damn it. All right, Matic. All right, so so far we're drawing Pinocchio signs. Picasso, let's get it back on the cursor. Hello. All right, so we're holding support for the Matic. Let's put this back on auto. Okay, there we go. So we're holding support. We want to hold support. This is kind of our warning here, but we also close below it back here. So let's keep a close eye on Matic in order not to turn bearish, and for at least the short term. As long as we're continuing to hold the 21-week EMA as support, we're still good. However, I think if we get a downtrend, this could present a super nice buying opportunity around that 80-cent level, this bottom kind of closing area right here. If we double bottom, I would expect that to hold. I think Matic's too bullish to go much below that. However, you see that wick right there. That was someone got some good profits on that already. So I think Matic will do quite well in the future. Let's go see what the Gaussian looks like. It's probably above it. So it's still above the Gaussian channel too, but that's also another key indicator you can be watching. The 5-day, look at that. Until it enters that, we're still bullish. As long as if it comes down, that's about $1.10, $1.11. If we get a bounce off of that, maybe we do a quick wick down and bounce out of there, get back above our 21-week EMA, and then Matic can live happily ever after. So I'm looking for a good entry on Matic. I have some already, but I would like to get a bunch more. I think Matic will have another one of these moves coming over the next several months to maybe 6 months, 12 months, whatever, from bottom to top. I think Matic can do another at least 5 to 10x, just like a couple other coins. I think most altcoins will do at least a 5x. Some will do 10x. Beyond 10x, we've already done substantial moves at a lot of these coins. Back last year, right? Into early in 2021. So a 10x, there'll be a few that do 20, 30, sure, but it'll be few and far between. If you're thinking like some of these big alt, like Cardano's highly probably not going to do a 20 or 30x from here. It's already done over 100x. So just remember that. ADA was at 2 cents in March of 2020, and it was under 10 cents for over a year. So you had plenty of time. You probably missed that one. If you want to do a say 5 to maybe possibly 10x on ADA, sure. But a lot of these big caps have already made substantial moves. So 5 to 10x on the top 20, okay. Outside of 10x, I doubt a whole lot of coins in the top 20 coins are going to much more than 10x. It's just unlikely unless you have some kind of Amazon, Walmart, all partnering with that coin. Maybe something like that. You could possibly get more than a 10x. A1 Defender, I did Harmony 1 a little bit. I can look at a little bit more. We did one against Bitcoin. I think, yeah, go just rewind a little bit. We covered that for a few minutes. I can circle back around after I get through everybody else's as well. I appreciate you. Algo, I can look at Algo. All right, Algo on the weekly. We're above the 21 EMA. A good health check, guys. If you want to just check your coin quickly, you want on a weekly chart, you want your coin above the 21-week EMA, right? EMA 21. You can just type that in on your indicators. If you have, this is Trading View, by the way, if you don't know. You want your coin above the 21-week EMA. I like to also use the 5-day Gaussian channel as a good indicator whether you're bullish or bearish. If you're above it, you're bullish. If you start entering it, you could see back here, right? Just look at it. I mean, once you enter it, you tend to spend a while in here, and also you just basically go sideways or down. So as long as you're above it. Now, what do I like on the key structure besides, it's above, both our indicators that I use for bullishness. Let's go look. Well, look right here. So this is kind of our big highs, right? Our all-time highs. And look what we're doing. This is exactly what you want to see. You want to break out of, key resistance, and you want to backtest and build consolidation. This is setting up to be a power move. These are what you want to see exactly out of your coins. You don't want to keep, extending up super high, because the higher you go, the faster you go, the more of a pullback or the more of a consolidation you're going to need for the next one, which look at algo. I mean, that's how long is that? That's if we get the damn tool out, maybe it would work. So 210 days before we broke out of our previous high set back in February. So now hopefully we don't do that much again, right? But I don't think we will, because we didn't have this kind of explosive move. So just a little bit of a mini explosive. So maybe like the little, instead of the, the fireworks, maybe we just had a little snake or black cat. I don't know what that analogy means, but we're trending, we're building consolidation. This is healthy, and then Algo could hopefully put in another, kind of move like this. Approaching maybe towards the end of Q4 after Bitcoin settles down. As I said earlier, like I think most coins will probably just kind of something like that until Bitcoin decides to go steady, and then we can get our moves out of the alts. Hopefully that helps. That's algo. All right, I'm getting through the comments. If I missed your question, I didn't do it on purpose. Don't hate me. All right, we got moving on. Hi, Jake. Are you from State Farm? Terrible. Algo, okay, we got that. No, I don't day trade. I only make a handful of trades a year. I do big macro trades. I ride like the big, I like wait for a long time, and then I'll usually buy in these areas and then wait for the tsunamis to come. It takes patience. All right, Zill, we can do Zill. I think it's on here. Okay, I won't waste too much time. Let me get it. I think it's already on there somewhere, but and it didn't add it. What the hell? It's probably on here. That's probably why I didn't add it. Anybody see it? All right. Nah. There we go. All right. Crisis averted. No, it's still not going to change. What the hell's going on? All right, there we go. All right, let's take it off. Let's look at it first of all. Let's look at Zill on the Gaussian channel. Put it back on auto. There we go. So we're in the Gaussian channel, right? So a lot of coins are up here. Some coins are here. Some coins are under here. So this is your gauge on how bullish we are. So for Zill right now, we're kind of in no man's zone, right? We're kind of at the bottom of here, more bearish than bullish, I would say, at least for the short term, but maybe we're in this consolidation. Let's look at it on the weekly, get a little bit bigger perspective here. So maybe this is just a consolidation area for Zill that we just spoke of on other coins. So maybe we're just going to range bound, right? Until Bitcoin can slow down, and then we can get a more of an explosive move. But Zill is looking just like that range. You want to watch for a break below that. That would be bad, right? Because you can even extend this back to this area. Consolidation, support, breaking up. We really need to get bullish on Zill. We need it to get back above your 21-day EMA, or 21-week EMA, excuse me. But I would look for support, strong support, just above 6 cents right here. This lowest closing candle closed at just above 6, yeah, 6.3. So watch that, and then obviously your previous local top here. Watch for a break above that, and then you could get more bullish. You want to look for making higher highs and higher lows. So far, we got a higher low, right? So far, we don't want to come down and break that. If you break this low, it's highly likely you're going to 6.3, just based off of charting alone. So 8.2-ish, that closed at 8.3. If you lose that, you're probably coming down here, more than likely. But most coins are probably just going to range. So nice move up. We're just taking a breather. No big deal. Yeah, DOT up 20% an hour. There's some news circulating around parachain auctions and stuff. So that's people like news like that. Welcome in, everybody. If I haven't welcomed you yet, hit the likes. Hit the likes. Harmony, man, how far back am I up in the chat? Let me scroll up. Okay. Okay, I'm going back up. There's a lot of comments apparently I haven't read. Harmony 1. All right, we go look at 1. Can y'all hear that teeth chatting? What'd y'all do today? I can't even find 1. Damn it, I know it's here. Good God. All right, so what are we wanting to know? How high this is going? We could get to $1 easy, right? That's only 5x. We're only 5x from there. How about the bands? Look at that. Look at the Bollinger Bands. We need that top line to start peeling up, I would say. 3-day. Harmony is, you know, it's breaking out. The weekly Bollinger Bands, look at them peeling away on the weekly scale. So until you see that closing up, we can still continue to move up. So big move up, little move down, big move up, little move down. All right. What else do you want to see? The fib levels? You want to see the fibs? What do we want? Extension? Where do we want to go? From the weekly? You want to go from the wicks? What are we doing here? You think that's the top? I don't think that's the top. So the Fibonacci retracement, probably not going to help. But if we did fall down, if that was the top, your golden ratio is 13 cents. I don't think that's the case though. So let's go ahead and remove that and do an extension. So you just reverse it. And I did the same thing. Damn the tool. All right. Well, it's not working. So mover, MOVR. I'll do Juiced. I'll send you the. I'll post some fib levels on Twitter once I get it working. Why did I type in Matic? Brad, isn't this the one you really like? All right, so weekly we had our explosive 200% weekly candle move in September. That's pretty impressive. Let's zoom out here. So 21 day on the daily. We're close to probably bottoming if we go down any more, that 200 level. But with the younger coin, it's hard to tell. You know, there's obviously no long-term support or anything, but you can see these 2 wicks back in here right at that 200 level. So I would look for that if we move down any more on the daily chart. I mean, there's nothing else you can get on. I mean, the weekly's kind of doing that as well, right? But we're still just building. So this younger coins are just harder to do TA on because you really got to drop down to like, you know, hourly and 4-hour charts, and then you can, you know, it's not as reliable. So, but it's still fine, right? Structurally, still intact. Yeah, XRP and XLM, I think, are definitely 2 outliers, Robert. I do think that those 2 probably could do something like that. They have the ability to overperform and maybe underperform, right? I think it's going to kind of depend on how that news works out, but I agree that XRP and XLM could certainly be those 2 outliers that do more than the rest of the market. So they could also, you know, obviously not do as well as the rest of the market. I think they'll definitely, both of those, I think XLM and XRP will either, you know, 20x or, you know, 2 or 3x. So take that for what you want. Take it for a grain of salt. That's just my opinion, but I do believe that they'll do one or the other. I don't think they'll do, you know, what the rest of the market does. They'll either outperform by far or underperform by far. Hopefully overperform, right? Yeah, Link is definitely struggling. But there are massive buys happening, so there's whales buying. But I don't know if it's, I mean, how much market manipulation you're going to get before people give up. Juice, click off. I'm not doing Shiba. We did Shiba. Link resistance levels we covered at, well, first of all, we have to get above $25 on the 5-day Gaussian. We have to hold 25 as support, and then we can move to 35, and 35 is the big one for Link because it's the top of the 5-day Gaussian channel. It's also previous weekly resistance on several different levels. So $35 for Link we have to get up to and above, which is a long way, right? We're only at 25, and we seem to be struggling with that. So here's Link on the daily. There's 35 is kind of our local top here. It's also previous support, and then also you can go back to this local top, our bigger moves up in here. Look at how all this kind of interacts with Link. So this is our key level with Link. Until we get above that, I doubt any kind of explosive moves are going to happen. I think it's probably a slow grind building up to that, which Link kind of likes to do. If you go to the weekly chart, I mean, you can see that put it on log scale here. See these like kind of grinds, just slow long grinds up the 21-week EMA. That would probably be the odds-on favorite. Like these kind of moves here, for Link, and then the explosive move can happen. So imagine like the 21-week doing that, and then we just kind of just mosey on up here. Hopefully it doesn't take till March, but the odds are that, you know, we're just continue to tread water until Link just decides to put in its explosive move, which I think will come. I do have full confidence that Link will be around, you know, for a big part of crypto, and I think the bigger moves will happen. I do still think Link will get, you know, well over 100, probably closer to 200, if not a little above 200, by the time everything's said and done over the next move up. But we're kind of on the patiently waiting, cautiously optimistic. But I think Link is really kind of just, it's going to be in a lull until it's not, right? And it just happens all at once. I mean, time after time with Link, it just kind of does nothing until it explodes. So I think we're still probably on track for that. Hero to zero. Well, as far as ROI for the past you know, year against Ethereum for sure. But yeah, I think Link will still have its day, but there'll probably be other coins outperforming ROI for potentially the rest of this year at least. Bitcoin and Ethereum pumping. Let's see. Well, yeah, Bitcoin's back up to, let me get a drink so I can continue talking. Anybody drink Bywater? It's like a love-hate thing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I love it. Atom, we can go look at Atom. I think I just accidentally deleted that. All right, so weekly, what do we got? Well, general uptrend, good, right? Above the 21-week, good, check. Let's do the 5-day Gaussian channel, check. And we're also above that, so excellent all around. If we come back down, what's our support? Well, I would look for something right in here, between here and here. That would be kind of the support band. And that also, you can see the top of this Gaussian channel on the 5-day. So I would say the top of that would be about 28, somewhere between 28 and 23 for support for Atom. If you get a bounce in one of these areas, hopefully, you know, the top of this box, which is the previous local top here, and then also that would coincide with your moving average here and get a bounce here. And then you could, you know, your next target is just this candle, around $40 for the all-time high. You break that, back to price discovery mode, and then nobody knows what's possible. So hopefully Atom's got that in its future. All right, what else we got? We talked about Shiba Inu. To go to a penny, guys, Shiba Inu has to have a $3 trillion market cap and 32,000% run. Yes, 32,000%. OMG I saw was pumping the other day. There it is. So it's doing pretty well since, look at the pandemic drop. OMG. See what that's done. That's up almost 5,000%. That's pretty solid. 5,000% run since the pandemic. So right now, hopefully just reaccumulation zone. This is going to be a key level right here. This closing candle, any kind of previous local top, 1164. So if we continue to just slowly move back down here, I would look for a nice support level. It might be a good spot to kind of reload. If you want to reaccumulate, that would be the place that I would be looking to do it. You can also see that wick right up to that top there. So that's certainly key. Let's look at the Gaussian. We're well above that as well. So still bullish out of here. Still looking good. Look at that candle right there. That's almost a textbook gravestone doji. So that's a signal, clear signal for a top right there. See that candle? When you have a big run up and then a wick down and the open price and the close price are almost the same, that's usually your top. And in this case, it turned out to be. So after that closed, we went down 66%, even more if you count the wicks. I mean, over 70% in 45 days. That's just from the close. From the top, way more. 81%. So this would have been amazing place to get some more, pick some more up here. But also back in all of this area. So looking good. I would just look for that, hold that support zone at around $12. What else we got? Oh, I did want to show you guys one chart here. Ethereum, Bitcoin. So going back, no one requested this. I'm showing you this. So this is kind of what I could see happening for the rest of the year for Ethereum, Bitcoin. This is just ETH, BTC. This has nothing to do with their values in USD. They could both rise in price, and this would still kind of be on my charts here. So we got our double tops right here. That would be our clear sign for the breakout for ETH against Bitcoin. Do I think that will happen? Yes. When do I think that will happen? Probably Q1 of 2022. Why Q1? And why do you think Q4? Well, historically, let's go look at Q4 versus Q1. So Ethereum, Q4, right? Nope, let's not, okay. rewind time here. What? Everything I said still stands except for the previous 10 seconds. Q4 right here, Ethereum, then Q1, right? So bleed out, spike up. So Q4, right? We're coming into Q4, bleed out, and then I anticipate a spike up. So let's go to the previous year. Q4, bleed down, spike up. How about the previous year? Q4, bleed down, spike up. 2017, Q4, bleed down, spike up. You catching patterns here? I mean, all of Ethereum's history against Bitcoin, Q4 down, Q1 up, Q4 down, Q1 up. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The past 6 years, 100%. You're batting 1, right? 100%. Q4 bleed, Q1 boom. So there's, until the train stops working like that, the odds are Q4 bleed, Q1 boom. So I would look for that to happen. Now, this doesn't mean, for the new traders that don't know, like, am I saying Ethereum is going to drop in price? No. If Bitcoin's going up 10% per week for the rest of Q4, that might only mean that Ethereum's going up 8% or something like that for the rest of Q4. So they can both be going up in price, and this bleed would still happen against Bitcoin. But as you can see, when Ethereum turns around, usually in Q1, it tends to be pretty explosive. And when Ethereum this time breaks above, this level, we have kind of our double peaks here, double tops. Once Ethereum breaks that again for Bitcoin, I think you'll see an explosive move. And I do think that, that'll happen in Q1. So we'll probably do something, range, and then kind of start bleeding up to the upside. Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin, and then maybe we'll get something like that, and then a continued move up in that direction. So hopefully that helps somebody, for those of you that like Ethereum Bitcoin. So why doesn't everybody go buy Link now when it'll go to 100? Well, although I believe that's a 4x. There's coins that could 4x within the next month or two, and some might. I don't think it's going to be Link. I like Link, obviously. I have the damn sign. I don't see Link doing much while Bitcoin is performing well. I see Link doing very well once Bitcoin is settled down and the rest of the market is generally settled down, which I think is going to be longer than a month or two. So I do think Link will explode. I just don't think Link will explode anytime real soon. However, I could be wrong, right? I mean, Polkadot just exploded 20% today, so all we need is some good solid pumps. Let's get Elon to tweet that out. If Elon dumps his DOGE for Link, I mean, hey, we're probably gonna pump. Yeah, Link outperformed almost the entire market in the last bear market. Link hasn't been around for a bull market, so far it's not doing so well in the bull market. It did very well in the bear market. Bradley's paying attention. So what coin do I see doing a 4x in the next month? Well, I don't know about the next month or so, but maybe the rest of Q4. I think there'll be some coins do that. I don't know exactly if I could just predict them, but I think Bitcoin's going to be the place to be, at least for the initial launch. I think Bitcoin will outperform the majority of the market for the rest of this year, or going up. Certainly, if Bitcoin's going to be at 100K, there's very few coins that are going to 2 or 3x like Bitcoin might do in the next handful of months. Now, once Bitcoin slows down, I think could certainly be some explosive moves. I do think DOT is going to do well. I think DOT could certainly be a couple $100, so that's a 5x. But I think that will probably take a little bit longer than a few months. I mean, I personally, this is not financial advice, obviously, but my personal picks to explode are probably VeChain, Matic. One is certainly, you can't write off one. It's at all-time highs and flirting with spring coil mode again. So those would probably be my big three. Like someone mentioned earlier, I think XLM and XRP will either 20x or 2x. I think it's going to be one or the other. I don't know if I think they'll either greatly outperform the market or greatly underperform. But those certainly are ones you might want to have a little bit in. I think Solana will still do quite well, but it made its massive move, in my opinion, for this foreseeable future. Maybe it has another 2 or 3x in it, but a lot of pretty much any coin on my list here you see I like, so I don't just usually just add random ass coins, but certainly there's more in there, but those are the ones I think Aave will do well, but I don't know about a 10x, but I think Aave could be certainly 1,000, so that'd be nice 4 or 5x. Avalanche I think will do a couple $100, so hopefully this is helping somebody that's wondering what coins that I would invest in. Just me personally, I mean, ADA I think it still has a solid 7 to 10x. I don't know if I see ADA going much above 20 this run, but still, that's a pretty solid bet to do. If there's ever one thing I would be concrete to do a 5x this next move up, it'd be probably ADA would be my solid bet. If you're looking for a one, I would say the most certain I would be, and a 5x, I'd have to pick ADA if I had to pick right now. I think ADA will minimum be $10 within the next 6 to 12 months. So I have a little bit of ADA, but it's not a ton. I'll probably put some more in. So I'm not trying to like pump anything, but so I'm not gonna pump something with $1 billion. Nobody's pumping. Okay, you don't understand like what market cap is. Something with a $10 million market cap. Okay, some influencer might have some chance if he had 10,000 people buying all at once, but stuff with like $1 billion, no one's influencing those pumps. Okay, let's get real. I think Ethereum will be at least. I think Ethereum will hit at least 15,000 this move, so that's a 5x. I think Ethereum will do another 5x from here. Probably 20,000, 15 to 20k, something like that. I don't see Bitcoin getting above 200,000 this run. Just gonna be honest with you. Those people calling for 400k this year or 300k this year, are you nuts? It's not gonna do that the whole run. I think Bitcoin will probably end up topping out somewhere between 150 to 200k. If you want to buy my bags of Bitcoin at 200k, I'll gladly sell them to you. Filecoin, yeah, I like Filecoin. I have some Filecoin. I think that'll have its place in its market. I think that could certainly go to many hundreds. I mean, the peak is what, at 200 or something? Filecoin. I got it on here somewhere. So still a little bit younger coin, but I think that'll have its place. So I would just look for continuous kind of building over the rest of Q4 before trying to test this move again. Once we break out of 115 for Filecoin, then I think all-time highs will come pretty quick, as Filecoin tends to do the sprints versus the slow jogs up the hill. So I think Filecoin could certainly flirt with $1,000 this next run. 500 to 1,000, right? I don't know about more than 10x. I like Avalanche, Boris. I own some Avalanche. I think Avalanche will do very well. I think AVAX will certainly end this run probably at least 4 to 5x from here. So 200, several hundred, could go higher, but I like to give more realistic predictions. So those are pretty conservative. I think I'm not gonna say like something's gonna go 300x or something like that. Some of these clickbaiters do, but when I give you a price prediction, I firmly believe that that's gonna happen. So Scale, I can go look at Scale. If you guys prefer an exchange or compared to Bitcoin or USD or whatever, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll just randomly pick one. All right, so what are we looking at here? The weekly, I gotta have some history here too, guys. So anything that started in 2021, it's just hard to get a pattern out of, to do TA on anything younger. But you can notice our initial drop here, and then our kind of a resistance point right there. See that candle? So I'd like to get above this 43 cents on the weekly. See if the daily can move that around a little bit. You could probably color that as a box instead, but 43 cents ish, 43 ish, right in there. Clear that. Until then, let's look on the 5-day. So we're back in the channel too. So I'd like to get out of that. The top of the 5-day Gaussians right about that same level. So that's certainly going to be some resistance levels. If we get above that, then you can look for more explosive move to the upside. XLM, got it on here. All right, XLM's in the Gaussian channel too, so we're still kind of on hold. We're battling that median line right now, so I would watch for this. So this closes in just over 4 days. If we can close this candle back up here in this top section, that'd be pretty nice, and then hopefully you can retest this top side or just and clear that. You want to hold about 49 cents as support, and then XLM can really get back to the highs here, and then hopefully explode back into price discovery. But I think most coins are going to be kind of put on the back burner until Bitcoin has its move. It's just Bitcoin dominance I see going up and continuing up for the rest of Q4, if not even a little bit longer. Bitcoin hasn't even put in its moves yet. We're not even back to all-time highs. Once Bitcoin's back to all-time highs, it will be highly likely that it outperforms the majority of the market. As you've been seeing, like the past few days, like Bitcoin, when it was going up, the rest of the market was struggling, wasn't it? And that will only be magnified as Bitcoin dominance continues to rise. Once Bitcoin dominance is above 50, it'll be flex time for Bitcoin. I think you're going to see, maybe 5-10% daily candle, which we haven't had in a while. A 10% daily candle gets us close to all-time highs for Bitcoin. So I think that move is coming. And sometime in Q4, when Bitcoin dominance probably is 50 or 50-ish. Litecoin, I can do Litecoin. I haven't done Litecoin in a minute. I saw that asked about earlier. All right, so Litecoin's still in the channel as well in the 5-day. Let's go look at it on the weekly. All right, so weekly, we're still, a lot of coins have very similar patterns here right now. So I would certainly not like to continue making these lower lows. So if we come back down, 117, this closing candle right here, 117, 116-ish, even that, I mean, you got to look at previous local tops as well. So right in here, if Litecoin can manage to stay, above 100, if it breaks below 100, I think we're probably in more longer term trouble, or at least longer term accumulation. I do think Litecoin will go up pretty substantially over the next move up. But Litecoin against Bitcoin is the main concern, because pretty much for Litecoin's entirety, at least going back to these tops back in here, right? It's just trended down. So if your coin's generally trending down against Bitcoin, you should probably just hold Bitcoin, right? So your coin needs to outperform Bitcoin, or your risk that you're taking on that coin is not worth it, right? We're continuing to make lower lows against Bitcoin. We need to flip this around and start, basically, we got to outperform Bitcoin. So if we get back up to these levels, these 0.7, even all the 0.01, if we get back up to these levels against Bitcoin, which we could possibly do over the next run up, that would probably be a good time to be setting some at least stop losses, taking profits as you get back into profit with Litecoin, because you can see these massive peaks and valleys can last months, if not years. And we need another move up for Litecoin against Bitcoin. And so if you see whatever your pricing is in Bitcoin or in Litecoin, once you're in profit, I would be locking in, stop losses, to say the least. So what we want to be looking for, you just got to take out these lows. So that's your next target to take out. If you break that, you're probably going to this one. So these are your two upside targets. Your downside is, somewhere in this box, just above 100, 132. Range consolidation, maybe till 2022. Maybe we double bottom, something like that. I could certainly see that, right? Something like this will be probably your load up zone. Maybe your double bottom right in there, and then you can start moving back the other side, take out this high, continue up. Hopefully that helps. Links over 25? No way. Don't believe it. 2502. Rolling. All right, what else we got? Dominance is pretty stagnant. Bitcoin's 57K. We got to take out that 60K level for Bitcoin, and then we can really get things moving. Yeah, I did algo a little bit ago. Let's see what else, if I missed anything. If anybody's asking about Shiba Inu, for it to get to a penny, it'll be a 32,000% increase from here and a $3 trillion market cap. So not likely. Oh, BCH, I can do that. Muslim coin, is that real? All right, go. Let me get a BCH first. Okay. There we go. All right. So the downwards momentum of the May drop, it pushed us right below this peak, which is okay. A lot of coins did that. So, but that is still a pretty rock solid floor. If we ever get back in here for the rest of the year, say we like come down and hit this kind of 450-ish level again, that would be a pretty nice level. And then we could hopefully, trampoline off of that. I think pretty much the whole market is going to really move once Bitcoin, after its initial launch, which is kind of what happened the last year, right? Well, after Bitcoin runs, it's alt's time to shine after Bitcoin kind of levels off a little bit. And even when Bitcoin, hesitates for a week or so, alts can certainly rise. That's what happened out of BCH last time. Bitcoin ran up, and then as Bitcoin, slows up, Bitcoin Cash just explodes. It's kind of like red light, green light. For those of you watching Squid Game. So Bitcoin sleeps and Bitcoin Cash explodes. Then Bitcoin wakes up, Bitcoin Cash comes down, and then so I think that'll repeat. But this is kind of a solid floor, and yeah, I think it'll have its move. I think it'll take out its all-time high for sure. So that's a 3x minimum. But I do think they'll probably be just non-biased. I think they'll probably be better ROIs to be had in the market. Bitcoin Cash could surprise anybody, but yeah, that's all I got for that. So just look for these highs too, right? When you take out these highs, 770, you want to continue to, not making lower highs. You got to reverse the trend. So far, so good, right? We've made a low, made a higher low. So when you come back up, you better look for this higher high. If you don't take that out, then that's a failed rally and you're probably coming back down. So that's what you got to watch for. I feel like that's the smallest screen possible. What else we got? I think the bull cycle, I think the cycle will go at least another 6 months. I would say the odds are 6 to 12, somewhere in there. So I think we could last till fall of 2022 even. Maybe even 2023. We get really, if we have like say we have a another I don't want to say it, but black swan event or something that scares the market, that would certainly extend the bull run in my opinion. So I think the bull run was going to start last time in Bitcoin. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here on the weekly chart. All right, so I think the bull run was actually starting right here. I think this move out of Bitcoin, I think this was actually supposed to be this. So I think if you just copy and paste this and remove the bad stuff, I think we would have peaked earlier. We would have peaked instead of, April, May, we would have peaked back in here. Probably the first of the year or the last of the year. I think without this, whatever this shit is, I think we would have peaked that much earlier. So I think this would have been replaced with that. So if this said something like this happens again, look at all this. Look at all this. If something like that happens again, I would say that we'll probably peak at least 12 months from now. if everything is good to go, I think we're probably around 6 months, give or take. But I would say on average somewhere between 6 to 12 months for the remainder of this run. I'm glad you asked. Tezos, like Bezos. I don't think that's a thing. But let me go look at it. All right, so look what Tezos continues to do, right? Look at the high, higher high, higher high, higher high. So continue that pattern. Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Pretty much bullish since 2019. Probably one of the most bullish patterns, just plain and simple, without looking at the coin. I mean, that's generally trending up, right? Just buy in at some point and hold, and you're probably going to be in profit. Now, as far as ROI, is it going to be the best performing ROI? Maybe not. Maybe, right? Let's see what it is. So from bottom to top, it's 2,700%, right? We've seen coins that are 5,000%, 8,000%. VeChain was 19,000% from bottom to top, right? And that VeChain did 19,000% from pandemic bottom to top. So that was 800. This is 850% from the March pandemic drop to the peak recently. 850. So VeChain did 19,000%. Put that into perspective. So yeah, it's going up, but are there better ROIs out there? Yeah. Now, could Tezos really explode? Yeah. What's the level? I'm glad you asked. It's right here. We get above that opening peak right there, which closed at 1060, 1059. Yeah, then we could start talking about some bigger moves. But until that happens, we're just on the slow grind up, really, on a macro term level. So I do like the formation for sure, but what we don't want to do is, like, say, peel down here, then hit this, and then get rejected. I don't want to see Tezos only do another 2x from here. But now, on the other hand, if we get above it and then come down and hold this as support, and you see support holding on Tezos, then we could get really bullish, because then you could get a bounce. And if you get a bounce and you're in price discovery mode, basically, then you can get some substantial moves to the upside. Hopefully, something like that. That'd be pretty nice. So hopefully that helps you. DXY. Chainlink 7,000%. Yeah, I think Chainlink's about that, 5 to 7,000. I need another drink of water. Pardon me for my hat today. Usually like to do my hair up a little bit. Know where these accents come from. All right, DXY. Let's look at the DXY because it's important. All right, weekly. Well, let's hope that this level holds, because if it doesn't, look at this. You can even drag this back to the pandemic here. See this wick? Let me zoom in here. All right, so we got our DXY. We got our wick low right there to this level. We have our breakthrough here down, and you came back up and test it. Flips from support to resistance. Go back down, right? We came back up, came back up, go up. Hopefully, we better hope the DXY holds as resistance here. We've been watching this for months now on my private Telegram and my Telegram group. We've been looking and watching. We were hoping that would take a rejection, and we held it. Then we broke through that, and then we're like, well, shit, let's hope we lose that and get rejected there, and we did momentarily, and then we broke out. So we've been getting just annihilated on the DXY. What really helped catalyze Bitcoin higher, all of crypto higher, is a harsh rejection off of that line I just drew. Right there. If we can maintain this and get continued, now this is a bearish candle, so we better hope this closes in 2 days, 3 hours, about like that. All of these, right? Look at these top wicks. So that's not a good sign of the DXY, but it is good for crypto, because when the DXY drops, crypto rocks. It's terrible, I know, but I'm going to keep doing the bad puns because I'm a dad and I'm allowed. So when crypto or when the DXY is doing this, crypto is doing the opposite usually, right? So any kind of big moves, right? Look, let's go back to the bull run for crypto. What happened right here? If I can move this thing. So here's a 2017 bull run right here. DXY was dropping like it's hot, and crypto was rocking, right? And then when's the crypto bear market? Right here, 2018. That's when the bear market starts for crypto as the DXY is going up. Then when does the next bull run start? Right here, as we flip back around. So the pandemic drop. Look at this drop. This is the catalyst for the super run that we've been in since the pandemic drop. Look what the DXY has been doing. Okay, look at what the DXY has been doing lately. This is not good. If we break this structurally, this is a bullish pattern. This W is a bullish pattern. If we confirm that and break this line, and we put more yellow lines on here with Crayola crayons, we break up here and we come back and hold that as support, crypto is certainly going to be put on, more than likely put on the back burner on hold, which would also, the silver lining would be that, you know, the ceiling would get higher. So the longer we take to, you know, peak out, the higher the potential, you know, top is. So if we peak out this year, say December, or, you know, whatever all these people are calling for, 100, 200K by this point, are you nuts? If we were to peak out here, I think we'd probably cap out at maybe 100,000, 110,000 Bitcoin, which might be cool over the next couple months, but that would also likely cause us to, you know, go into at least a 1-year bear market, and that would not be good. So maybe we get, we don't try to predict everything, right? We just got to interpret the charts. And I'm telling you, plain and simple, if we lose this top back here on the DXY, it's going to be difficult. However, if we get a harsh rejection, you start seeing red down here, and we do something like this and go back down this way, it's highly likely when this is happening, going red, Bitcoin, all of crypto is exploding. I would say if we even do this kind of move in through the rest of Q4, here's 2022, right? So if we just do just a slow downtrend, Bitcoin will probably be close to 100K, if not higher, when even this happens. If we lose these kind of lows here on the DXY, then we could get our bigger move. So maybe Bitcoin's like 65, 70K here. DXY gets you know, a nice red drop again or something like this. That would be ideal. And then Bitcoin would explode. Like this would be huge moves out of all of crypto if the DXY is doing that. So hopefully that helps you. How long have we been on? What day is it? 4:45. It's been over an hour. 1:15. Okay, I got it. All right, we'll do a little bit more. Still got some people on here. Let me remove my Crayola drawings. What else we got? Anything spiking? How's DOT doing? Where'd DOT go? DOT's still up there, over 40. That's pretty impressive. I mean, DOT and Link, they should be neck and neck. And Link is like, nah, you go ahead, man. DOT is performing quite well. Link, fired. One is moving again. Let's go look at one. What is one doing? 22. Well, yeah, we're just having a little bit of a cool off. People took some profits going to other coins. We're trying to feel like there's a lot of people in crypto just try to like play it like a roulette and just move from number to number, coin to coin. It's the fastest way to lose. Over trading. It's very, very high pressure. Very risky. Hey, Tommy. Hit the like button. Thanks, Juice. Juice is the like button. I would say someone else, but I can't. I'm not gonna say that guy's name. It's the like button, Drill Sergeant. Let's go with that. Chill Money. What's the symbol for for that. AVAX. I don't think we've looked at AVAX yet. Let's go look at that. I think AVAX will do well. That's, I mean, it's already done well. I mean, look at that. I'll get AVAX. So I got a little bit of an AVAX back in here when it's about $5. I didn't get much. Obviously, I should have loaded up more. But I haven't sold any. So I didn't take any profits here. Just kind of holding it. So what I like out of AVAX, look at this. Look at these tops here. So far, we're holding well above that. $40. That would be kind of our add more to, right? Or as Coins Kid put, add some cheeky bits. We say it the similar. I have the same accent, but I would say the cheeky bits go here. Oh, stop. $40. If AVAX goes back down, that would be where I would load up. Just based on this structure alone back in here. Just look for these kind of structures on a big macro scale, and you can make lots of money just by trading those patterns. Support levels. Support and resistance are key in learning how to make profits. And then obviously for AVAX, big moves are probably on the horizon once we clear 70. So load up 40, hold on after 70. All right, so not a lot of history here, so not much to go off of. Can't really give we're basically just range bound, aren't we? If I had to just look at that and not know what coin is, I'd say we're kind of waiting for the breakout zone. We're kind of macro trending. Either way, it's kind of just gaining its footing here, so just watch for a breakout of these levels. 48. Hard to do any TA on stuff I don't have much history on, at least reliably. All right, we still got 68 people here, so. Yeah, usually I think the people would give me the thumbs down because I just try to help people. I'm not asking for anything, literally. I feel like I said something bad one time about your coin or something. XPR or XRP? Did you have a mistype or is that a new coin? Sorry, I don't know all my coins. I have like 10 coins. I don't really venture much outside of that. I think you should, I'm a believer in, narrowing down your focus and being a master of a few rather than, decent at 20 or 30. There's plenty of money to make in just a handful of coins. You don't need 57 coins to be profitable. And usually it's the opposite. Usually more profitable people are, why do you think whales are whales? Do you think whales in certain coins are whales in all coins? No. They have a concentration of wealth in the coins that they believe in. I guarantee, like, the multi-million-dollar players, the billion-dollar players are not going after everything that they find in the latest, hot coin of the day. Get your focus down to about 5 coins, and you'll do much better. Okay, XPR. All right, I'll keep going as long as we're above like 50 viewers. If I drop below 50, I'm out. I don't think that's a rule, but maybe it will be. All right, XPR is obviously exploding. Still, again, you got to get me more history here, guys. There's nothing I can do. Yes, it's exploding. I have nothing else to like chart. It's been around a long time since August. I got nothing here, so it's up. Hopefully that helps you. Going up. Mount Gox sucks. Mount Gox, man. Were you around for that? Probably not, right? Mount Gox was way back in the day. If you had crypto back when Mt. Gox was around, you should be rolling in money, right? What's Shiba Inu doing? Actually, it looks okay. The structure is actually okay right now. I said you could make money on Shiba, but thinking it's going to get to a penny is absurd, and just your lack of understanding about math. Shiba Inu will never get to 1 penny. Anybody wants to take that bet? I'd gladly take some bets. By far, my biggest holding is Bitcoin right now. I have my top 5 are Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, DOT, Link. Hopefully that helps. My top 3, I think someone asked what my top 3 was. Right now, it changes a little bit. Right now it's Bitcoin. I think second is Ethereum, and then ADA probably. It was Link, but I've recently transitioned the majority of that over to Bitcoin just because I like money. Link apparently doesn't like money right now, but hopefully Link, I'll transition some back to Link when time is due. Is AVAX a buy at this level? Well, it depends on your long-term outlook, I guess. We could potentially, I said, I think on AVAX, I think we could potentially pull back to the floor, I would guess around 40. Not saying that's going to happen or could happen, but I would look for the floor to be there if we go down. But I do think AVAX will be at several $100s by the next 6-12 months. Whenever we end up peaking, I think AVAX should be over 200 pretty minimally. Yeah, I agree with that. Chill Money says I'd see Dogecoin and Shiba as trading opportunities, not investments. That's exactly how they should be taken, not investments. But I mean, if you can, get in on something and write it up for 242% gain and then get out, hey, this will probably do something like that again. I don't know if it's going to go down 200% before it does it again, but when you're looking at structures, you can just trade off of charts. Forget the damn coin. If we're all here to make money, if you know how to trade these, I mean, you can make some serious money. You have some indicators that get in on these, you can make some cash, but long-term investments on meme coins is probably not your best idea in your own best interest. Solana, we haven't looked at that. SOL, let me know I wish I could like hear some of you guys sometime. I feel like I pass things or. There we go, Solana. So we're kind of range bounding, right? A lot of coins are doing this right now. After your big tier up, you're going to range bound, which is healthy. This is what you want to see for another power move. So Solana, I think, could certainly do maybe another one of these. I mean, what is that since July? I mean, it took off, right? Let's see what that move was. 800% inside of 2 months. 800%, impressive. Could I do that again? Maybe another 5x or something. But look at what the move it's done. Okay, you got people that are bullish on coins. Well, you have to look and see what they've done. It's up 20,000% since December 23rd. 22,000%. So it's more than likely done its massive moves, right? You're not gonna have 20,000% and then go up another 2,000%. Okay, it's not likely. It was at under $1 back in here, like what, 2 years ago? Less than 2 years ago, could have bought Solana for $1. So pretty impressive. Now, could we still 2, 3, 5x? Sure. I wouldn't doubt that for a second. And what you want to look for, just breaking your candle closes, not necessarily always your all-time high. So look on the weekly chart, get your all-time high closing candle, which is right here, 190. Once you break that, it's probably time to have some. If you sold some, took some profits, maybe you want to load up. Where's your load zone? Well, I would say we probably range between those two lines until we break out of one of them. If we break down to the bottom side, I'd probably have a stop loss right under here. Not financial advice, do what you want. This is just what I would do. When you're trading chart patterns, you want to look for lows. And if you break down outside of this much more than, right here, I would say if you drop to outside of this line, put your stop loss down here. If you break that, you're probably going substantially lower. So not saying that's going to happen, but you got to be prepared for anything. Don't think too deterministically on anything. Don't think that could never happen or this was definitely going to happen. That's the fastest way to lose money. Always just trade the charts, have an open mind, and don't get married down to an idea. So range bound, this is just my opinion, what I've talked about on a lot of coins today, not Solana. So look at, okay, 2022 is out here. Right here, there's 2022. So we're probably going to be range bound until we break to one side or the other. Now, obviously the money, right? The odds are, with being the trend up, the odds are we're probably going to break up outside of this. And when we do, when you come back down, you just have to hold support. And then that's the coil zone. That's your breakout explosive move time. So look for that for Solana. Still bullish on Solana, but this was the time to be making your 800% gains, right? 20,000% in less than 2 years is by far impressive, to say the least. You divorced a lot of coins. That's good. Good man. The more coins you can divorce, the better. You really want to have a handful. Narrow down, become an expert on just a handful of coins. I promise you will do better. I promise. The biggest mistake in new traders is just trying to, hit the lottery ticket on one of 100 coins they have. And that's just not how to do it. You want to be able to look at a chart, and without knowing the name, you can know that's one of your coins. That's how good you should be on your coins. If you can't look at a chart, not know the name of it, and identify the coin, you probably don't know it well enough. Do your own damn research. You want me to give that shout out? And you can also, you can put 5-10% of your portfolio in a meme coin or some coin that has, a $10 million market cap, and you hope it does 100x. That's fine. Maybe a few percent, right? But don't invest half of your portfolio or 100% of your portfolio into coins that have low market caps and you're hoping is going to 100x. That is, you could certainly hit. You could also go play the lottery tonight or go play in traffic on your favorite highway and hope you don't get hit, okay? The best way to make money in crypto is time. That's it. If you were to buy Bitcoin at any time and hold it for 3 years, you would never, ever be at a loss after 3 years. No matter what, you could throw a dart at a chart. Look at it, within 3 years, you're in profit. Time is all it takes. This dude texted 47 pieces of sushi at me. Sushi swap, I guess you want? I'm going to go with he wants sushi. Sounds good. Apparently we've already done it, huh? Someone wasn't watching earlier. They put you in the corner? All right, so sushi swap. We've already retested our initial entrance zone here, right? So that's good. Just on the chart alone. On the weekly, there you go. That would be kind of the bottom area right there. Or you can look at these closing candles if we are to continue this trend for 2022. I think most coins will probably just kind of do ups and downs until that. I'm going to keep repeating it so it's ingrained in your head and you don't think you're going to get... It's highly unlikely any coin for the remainder of Q4 does anything remotely similar to that. However, it's more likely majority of altcoins do something similar to the wave, right? Until Bitcoin has its move, altcoins are going to be kind of strangled out. Once Bitcoin calms down, over 100K, you know, something like that, or it goes to like 75K, then takes a break for a couple weeks, yeah, then you'll get some altcoins start booming. But until that, this is probably the odds for the majority of crypto. Up and down, up and down, up and down, until Bitcoin finishes its move. But those are the moves for sushi. Let's remove some coloring. All-time high, obviously, right here, the closing candle, $20. So break that. Game on. Not only to break it, right? You don't want to wick. You want to hold it as support. Break through it, hold it as support, and then you should get your blast off. There's no better example of that right now than probably one. I'm going to show you. See this? There's your high. You break through it. There's your kind of warning sign that you're probably going to boil over. There's your lid line. You break through it. You come back and test it. More often than not, you're going to have a pretty substantial move back to the upside after you retest this. More often than not. Obviously, nothing's 100% in crypto or anything in life, right? But more often than not, this pattern will play out very bullish, and I would not be surprised if we prayed in God candle like that. I don't know about a 5x in a week, but hey, that'd be fun. Harmony 1, let's see what that's 229%. So hey, anything's possible. I don't know if we'll get any of that until Bitcoin calms down, but I could certainly see this kind of pattern. See this kind of big candle, little candle. We talked about this earlier. 2 steps up, 1 step back, 2 steps up, 1 step back. You can continue this for a long time. If it just continues slowly up the stairs, that's what you want to see. You want your pattern to slowly move up like that. If you get out of hand and you go up too fast, that's when you get in trouble and you have to have some cool off time. We talked about the sprint versus the, you know, the guy that's just the tortoise and the hare. All right, we're down to 56. If we lose 50, I'm out of here. I can't do it. I lose all my juice. I look at the order book, but I don't use it for trading. I have a bunch of indicators. You want to use a variety of indicators to trade. So if you don't have any, or you're just guessing, educate yourself. You have to use a conglomerate, the word of the day, conglomerate. You know, an assortment, if you will, of indicators, all an agreement. You want all of them saying the same thing. You don't want to use one indicator and say, well, it looks good, might as well buy now. That's not going to help you in the long term. You might get lucky here and there, but you want like a bunch of indicators, all in agreement, all saying similar things, and then you can be confident. And also, it's usually in your best interest not to be buying after the thing is rallied, you know, 100, 200% in the past week. You want to be buying when nobody else wants it. Like Link right now, if you want to load up on Link and just wait for a year, you're probably going to do pretty well. Coins that haven't done anything in a while, but have done in the past, right? You want to be careful of that, right? You don't want to get into a coin that hasn't done anything in a while. It's not going to do anything for a while, which is few and far between. But hopefully you get my point. That helps somebody. That usually when people don't want the thing is the best time to be investing in the thing. For the long term. Short term, sure, if you want to just make profit and jump in something that's rocket mooning, right? If you want to get in Harmony 1 at, you know, when it broke 10 cents and you're disciplined enough to get out at 18 cents, sure, okay. You make your, you know, double your money and get out. There's a lot of things you can do that, but very few traders have the discipline to get in and out of a trade when you're in profit because greed sets in. That's just the human emotion. And if you're trading off emotions, it's the fastest way to lose money. I'm sure some of you are well familiar with that. The majority of traders lose money because they trade off emotion and not have a disciplined plan. So I have like a silver tier premium Telegram group where I talk about all this stuff and make a lot of little snippet videos every day. So if you guys want any of that, it's in pretty much the description of all my videos. If you want to learn a little bit more on how I do things, I will help you navigate your way. So I've been in crypto. If you're new here, if you're not watching, if you're new to watching, I've been in crypto almost 4 years now. I do this full time. I have a family of 4. Nice house, nice cars. I do all that just based on crypto. So I've been through all the shit. I've lost more money than most people have invested. But now I'm doing all right. So I'm just trying to help people avoid all the clickbait crap and avoid the mistakes that I made so you don't, jump off a bridge. Terrible. Waves. Waves. We can do waves. Yeah, I know what I know what an order book is. I look at it. I said I look at it. I don't use it to trade, but car of the day. That's that. Now you're talking my language. Car of the day. Okay, let's look at waves real quick, and then we'll do car of the day. We're back up to 60, so we have some time. Once we do car of the day, though, it'll go. Everyone will leave. We'll do waves. All right, exchange. I'm just gonna pick. Might as well do Binance. Binance, Coinbase, usually the most reliable. Got to click down here. Waves generally trending up. All right, now we got a decent amount of history, right? All right, all right. Well, look at what we got here. This kind of looks like what Harmony looked like a few days ago, right? Or a few weeks ago. Look at this. This repeated tests of this resistance line. Waves is probably very close to breaking out in a pretty big way. Now, does it have to happen next week or 2 weeks from now? No. But once we break out here, you're probably going to have a back test, right? So say we do it this week, this new candle. So say we break out, you want to look for, setting a new high, one first and foremost, and then you want to look for the back test of this level. This, whatever, what this close at? Around $32. Once we close and hold that as support, then your structure is there for the blast off zone. Now, do I think that has to happen in the next, handful of days or weeks? No. Like I said, Bitcoin is probably going to gain more strength the rest of Q4. There'll be coins that certainly outperform, could pull, 10, 20% in a week, sure. But on average, your best bet is Bitcoin right now as far as, safety, ROI, all that good stuff. But this is, make no mistake about it, this is a bullish pattern for sure. And I would certainly not be surprised if Waves has a pretty substantial move to the upside in the not so distant future. That's looking pretty good. I do day trade time to time if I see a pattern playing out juicy. But I try not to do that, or at least tell people about that so much, because people think it's easy, and it's probably the hardest thing to do, or at least to be profitable on, is day trading, because you have to have so much discipline to get in and out, and your brain really messes with you. So you have to have a if you haven't day traded, or if you haven't been profitable day trading, I would highly suggest trying it on paper first. There's plenty of, you can do fake accounts that'll give you fake money, or just do it yourself, right? Pretend you have $100,000 or something like that, and write it down. You have to paper trade. If you are winning at that on paper, I mean, you can try it a little bit. But, or if you want to day trade, a lot of some bigger accounts will take like 10% of their portfolio and use that for day trading. And then 90% is for the long term, or put it in Bitcoin or Ethereum, and then take 10% and then just try their to build that 10% to a higher yield out of alts and day trade and something like that. So there's some options like that, but I'll do it time to time. The only time I day trade really is if I see a huge opportunity coming, like maybe Waves right here. I'm definitely going to be checking in the Waves here in a minute. So shout out to whoever shouted out this Waves. This is looking pretty nice. But obviously it's already done a substantial move. I mean, even from the pandemic, let's see how many thousands, 7,800% is pretty big. So odds are this was the explosive move, but certainly I'm definitely going to do some more research on the Waves. Let's put it that way. good question. Car of the day, and then which car am I going to pick up at the cycle peak? It's going to be one of two, or maybe both if we do really well. So first and foremost would be, at least right now, is, I don't know if you can see this, the McLaren 720S. Probably my favorite car for the money for sure. Besides that, the Tesla Roadster with the SpaceX package that'll have the 10 rocket thrusters on it. They're both probably about the same price. So, yeah, definitely getting one of those. Maybe both if we do spectacular. And I'll put that on the channel. And then I'll disappear and never see from me again. Because I'll be driving those out there. All right, SNX. We can do SNX. We're 57. I can still keep going. As long as we're at 50, I'll stay on here all night. Someone just dropped off. You guys are in trouble. If we drop to 49, I'm clicking off. I thought I had SNX on here. There we go. All right, SNX. It's so similar patterns on so many coins right now. They're just basically pretty much all of 2021 just kind of sell off after the big run-ups, consolidation. I would look for, well, you don't want to go under that for sure, which the only reason we did that on all coins, there's a bunch of coins that went under their previous like little peaks here. And what is the reason for that is because the momentum of this May drop here just really pushed us down with a lot of force. So I do think this is going to be a nice solid floor. If we come down here, 750, 740-ish, I don't know if we'll get down that low, but if we do, that would be kind of the rebuy zone. What I would even like even more is if, like, say we did it right in this area, that would be your low, then a higher low, and then also going into Q1 after Bitcoin's maybe settled down, then we could potentially have a, said point, kind of a, not a mirror image of that. I don't think you'll get anything like that again anytime soon, or maybe ever, right? You usually have one extreme breakout like that. That's 1,000%. So it's got some room actually. 1,000%. It's not that much, right? We've seen 5,000%, 8,000%, 20,000%. So 1,000% is not that bad. So SNX probably actually has some room to do that again, maybe even. So let's see. So 25, once we break out of that, that would be your big level, and levels to watch before that is going to be your previous peaks here. 13, that'll be a big level. And then these might present some minor issues, these little, peaks on the way down, but your big one is going to be 25. You break that and hold it, then you're good to go. I mean, you can look at a nice 3x even from down here. If we come down here, you 3x before you really explode again. So this is how you can make some pretty substantial money, is if you're buying like kind of at macro term level lows. So that would be kind of what I look for. And like I said, for most coins, they're just going to continue to stay in kind of these zones until Bitcoin calms down, whenever that may be. So it might be in November Bitcoin calms down, it might be in February. So no matter when that is, that's when alts will likely explode again with these kind of moves. Alt season will happen again. Many coins will at least 5x, if not 10x, or some will do even higher than that. Yeah, I like some Raris. Is that a coin, or are you talking about the car? I don't know anymore. I assume that's the coin. Terrible dad joke again. All right. So not much history, but I mean, if you're just going off of this chart alone, I mean, just gotta wait for a break your high again. You're back in price discovery, and then all bets are off. But on the weekly scale, 31. You want to get above that, hold that as support, and then you can make your, continue making your moves there. But I gotta have more history in this to really do any kind of reliable TA. you want to do, should we do Shiba Inu again? How are we looking? How's the dog looking? Not doing much. Let's put on 15-minute. You can go look at Doge too if you want. Macro downturn for Shiba Inu. This is on 15-minute chart, so I usually don't look at that, but Shiba Inu has been pretty volatile lately. I think we're going to have an explosive move on Shiba one way or the other pretty soon. See this kind of pennant coming down? Floor. We'll see. See if I'm right. Dot. We haven't, amazing we haven't looked at Dot yet with all the moves. So there's the 15-minute chart on the dot. On the dot. Nice move, man. Let's go look at the weekly. So I don't, Dot's not even made its move yet. Here's when Dot will get serious. Right there. Just above 45. We can hold 45 as support. Hopefully we don't get rejected here. We could, right, temporarily. We could just do, like I've been saying this whole stream, you know, ranging or something like that for the remainder of the year until Bitcoin calms down. Now, if Dot does come back down, let's just try to make a higher low. So maybe we just do something like that, and then kind of continuing to test this area, this 45 area. And then if we break out, you know, come back and hold it as support, and then Dot could get really explosive again. So this kind of move is what I would be looking for. Once you break all-time high like this, look at this. Look at it's just like a mini version of what we're doing right now. So big pull up, consolidation, retest, rejection back down, retest, and break. So consolidation, retest, maybe we consolidate a little bit back down, and then break. I mean, look at that. Almost exact mini version of this pattern back here. And once we break that, this is what I'm talking about. Pretend this is 45 right here. You see Dot, you know, on a weekly time scale, 45, 50. I mean, this candle could happen again, and we could, that's a 97% candle in 1 week. So you're talking about a $90 Dot inside of a week if that's something like that happened again. Could that happen? Sure. Certainly on a project like Dot. I mean, Dot is in my top 5. So, yep, there's this nice strength out of Dot right now. Big move up, consolidate, big move up, consolidate down. But this wasn't Dot's fault. This is the May drop, right? But even Dot, all the way down to $10. So if you bought down here, I mean, you're already up 4x. That's nice, man. Nice move. What's up, Jerry? I haven't seen you in a while in my comment videos. Hey, Joy. Recognize some of you. Joy, what's the Matrix? Is that it? Matrix AI Network? Joy, what's the symbol? Juice, shut up. Oh, Koti, I gotta do Koti too. I say it with an accent every time. I need that symbol. I think I have this on my chart there. Let's go look. Nope, did not work. It's up here something. There it is. Found it. Another younger coin. It's hard to do solid TA on just younger coins. However, we do have a legit kind of zone here, right? Just right here. See that? Kind of our support box, if you will. Consolidation after our initial launch, which a lot of coins have, so no judgment there. Now we're breaking up. You just got to hold this zone. If you see us start going back to the upside here, that'd be really solid. Be a nice move, and then just like we've said all night, break that 65 cents, hold it as support, and you could get really bullish. And I do like you know, the potential little mini W pattern playing out. If we start creeping back up here, then break that, then you could really get your explosive move. After you hold that as support, you're probably going to break above it, come back, and you don't want to break back down, right? You want to hold it as support, and then you can move again. So that's structurally what you'd want to be looking for out of that one. Why do people have to spam shit on live streams? All right, we got 59 still. We're still holding strong. This is all I got. You got an exchange there, Joy? I'm sure this is not what you want. I can't even get it to focus. Hey, look at that. UOS on the weekly. Looking pretty bullish there. Going back all the way to mid 2020. So let's see what this move is looking like. 4,000% since the pandemic dropped. So we've been taking those kind of measure moves pretty much with any coin all night. So we've seen everything from like 800% out of, I think, Tezos, all the way up to 22,000% out of, I can't remember if it was Solana or VeChain. VeChain was like 20,000%, I think. So that's still a pretty substantial move. Kind of just range bound still. However, like what I don't necessarily like on the weekly is that we broke back under this peak here. I would like to come back. You know, you want to break your previous all-time high and then come back and hold this zone as support. Now that's more than likely is because Bitcoin dominance is picked up and we just kind of got caught out of the kind of I don't know, pattern, if you will, or the range. But I would look for floor support, kind of in this kind of zone here. Kind of see those bottoms. Maybe you could even pull it down to the some of these wicks down here. But if we lose that, it's highly probable that you're coming down to this. And if you lose that, this would really be the concrete floor for me. If we come all the way back down, because you have this top and this bottom. Even with the May drop, it's highly unlikely we're going back down that low. But towards the top, we need to get back above this top of this box here sooner than later. So maybe for the rest of the year, you know, we could still do the range thing like I've talked about until Bitcoin slows down. Maybe we just kind of chill in here. And then if we can make a move back above it, hold that area of support right there. And then, you know, think we'll take these out pretty easily because we didn't spend a whole lot of time up here after clearing this zone. So this shouldn't be much resistance after we clear it. Just kind of that dollar psychological level more likely than anything. So we just got to get back above here. This is a key kind of area. You notice we could spend what 3 solid weeks holding that as resistance. We finally broke it, and you want to hold that initially coming back down to remain super bullish for the time being. However, you know, maybe we just range bound just because of the Bitcoin thing, and then maybe we can have another move after the slowdown of Bitcoin. Yeah, not a bad idea, Joy. To have some of those coins certainly going in so some new coins, but just like keep it, you know, relatively low to your portfolio. Have a majority of your portfolio in some solid projects, and then, you know, even though, like, you know, you might think the coin is solid, it just don't put too much into it. But it's always nice to have a couple of those ones that might, you know, 1,000% gains in, you know, a couple weeks, which some of those new projects can easily do. But they can also not do anything or go, you know, get rugged on them. So I like it. All right. Drew, you're in timeout. Link is not pumping. No way. I don't believe it. It's up 2%. Moon time. All right. About wrap it up. I think we've been on for a hot minute. We've been on for 2 hours. Really do about 2 hours. 56 people. Appreciate you guys. We'll do more. We'll try to do another one next Wednesday. Hopefully this time worked out. Let me know in the comments after I post this to YouTube. I'll post this so you can watch it back if you need to. Let me know in the comments if you like this time better or earlier. I did about what, 8 hours earlier before. So we'll see if do you like that one better or this time. Or maybe later potentially. This is about as late as I would probably do a live stream. Just because, you know, I got the whole family thing. All right, I will see you guys on the next one. Quote of the day. Let's do a refresh. Someone watches my videos. Greatness is a road leading towards the unknown. It's true. Yeah, to become anybody that became great didn't always know how to get that to that path, but you gotta start down the path to get there. Hopefully that helps somebody. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Go do it. Twitter 5day crypto 1, or you can just type in 5day, you'll find me. If you're not following me on Twitter, what are you doing? the best meme ever made right there. So I'll end it with that. We'll end it with do it live. Appreciate you guys. 57 gold stars to all of you guys. Car of the day was the 720S. I see the last minute comments. There it is. Just because I had it right in front of me, because I always have it. So that's what I want in real life. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Do another video tomorrow. Like a video, not a stream. I'll do a video. Send me some suggestions on Twitter what I should do tomorrow. Probably do A-Rod, Janeka. Yeah, we'll probably do like a chain link video because I haven't done link video in a while. Maybe Polkadot is probably appropriate. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe go to Home Depot. Don't know enough time. From what's that from? It's from a movie. Old School. That's it with Will Ferrell. Nobody knows. I'll see you on the next one. I gotta end it.